Alright guys, give me a minute here. I'm still trying to set up. My broadcaster freaked out here. 1 minute and we'll get into it. There's some weird power outages going on up in Washington. And if you're up there, what's going on up there? I don't know if it's a wind, the snow. I have no idea what it is. We're looking at here in a minute. Just trying to finish setting this up. 4:43 a.m. I'm getting close here. Okay, I got that. Oh man, forgot the tags. Hang on. I'm not awake yet. Alright, I'm just about got it here. Yeah, there's tons without power. We're looking right here. We can see the Aerosol program. We have the bunker fuel program that restarted. We do got a big Aurora going right there. Here's our power outage map. In fact, let me look at this. See, it's showing almost 16,000, 15,667 people without power. And they're not saying what it is. If I click on them, it just says under investigation. Report. Yeah, just it's not telling us what's going on with it. So I'm looking down there. I don't see anybody down there really saying anything. They're over in that area. They're probably sleeping. I don't blame them. We got a big Aurora hitting. I guess we got just glanced by that glancing blow. And I was looking into some of the sun data. I mean, we got up to a C3 on that last blast, but it just glanced the planet. Otherwise, man, we could have had some way worse interference and stuff. See, it spiked up pretty high. Been kind of monitoring this. I wish I could get home from work in time to film the sunspots. See, that was yesterday. So yesterday they were saying the CME struck Earth's magnetic field. The impact was weak, did not cause a geomagnetic storm. The CME come from the powerful 2.2 flare on the 17th. We got a bunch of weird Auroras. I mean, look at that Aurora map. And then let me see if I can refresh, see if this is the new one. Okay, so that one's just basically the same, isn't it? Okay, so it's not new yet. Anyway, I'm looking, here's the maps. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of snow, some wind, but the real big time wind's up over Idaho. Yeah, the flares have my tumors hurting so bad. I didn't sleep hardly at all last night. It's not hurting right this second. But man, when I went to bed last night and then woke up about an hour ago, it was hurting. I'm okay right now. I'm sitting here pretty comfortable. And I'm not moving. I'm just sitting here because I don't want to make it hurt any worse. Just kind of looking at the over here in this area, you can see the aerosols. You can see the bunker fuel ships over here. And of course the grids in the sky. There's something else I seen earlier. My eyeballs will focus. It almost looks like a hole punch cloud right here. Hard to tell because it's not loaded clear enough. Could be a sounding rocket was shot off right there. I'm trying to think this is where I'm at. I'm actually trying to film the Whirlpool Galaxy. I'm like in this area, if you can see my mouse, shooting through the clouds. And hopefully it's going to clear out here in a minute. And I'll show you guys how you can make the cool sky pictures, how to get it better. And you can do it with just a camera and all that here. So let me put that down for a minute. Oh, where'd it go? All right, so basically I'm filming almost straight up in the sky from my house, and I'm filming the Whirlpool Galaxy. Actually, there's like 3 galaxies right here. You got the Whirlpool Galaxy. I think that's the question mark galaxy, and then the Spiral Nebula is probably that. I don't know which one's which. I guess I had to click on them. Yeah, I really don't see 42, 78. Yeah, I don't specify which one's what. And later on, well, I probably won't have time today, but I may film this one. Whoops. And this one's the Pinwheel Galaxy. All right, let me get that minus down. And here's the live shots right now. I just go to I don't have remote control on this desktop, but I can get into where it's taking the photos. Here's the first photo I took. And just to show you how a camera works, this darker picture right here is a 30-second exposure with just a stock Canon Rebel T3. And this is what you'll get. Most cameras, you can take a 30-second photo without have to have one of the multimeter things to put it on bulb. Or I guess you just put it on bulb. But you want to take as long of exposure as you can without getting the stars all trailed out. Now I'm using a mount, so I can take up to like 3-minute photos. So once I know I got it pretty centered where I want it, then I turn it up. So on this photo, we're at ISO 3200, which normally I shoot around 1600, and a 120-second photo. So you see the huge difference. You got a lot of camera noise, but we hopefully can get some of that out with taking calibration frames, dark frames, stuff like that. There's that little spiral galaxy. Hoping my voice holds up. So we get out of that. So what we're going to do while this thing is shooting, I'm going to try to do this over the network. But you want to download a program called Deep Sky Stacker. It's free. Been using it for over a decade. Make sure, let me get coffee in my throat here. Coffee and tea. Anyway, a lot of sky stuff. I'll show you some other stuff once we get this going. The skies have been so active, man. It's unreal. And I'll show you here in just a little bit. Anyway, so now we want to open the picture files. You want to use the raw pictures. I'm going to go over to the network. Go over to my images, camera 1, 2/21/2023. So here's all our images. I can put it on where I can see them. So I just want to click them all. At least these are all the ones it's taken right now. And open them. This will be our 30-second photo. See, when you first look at it, it's like you can't hardly see anything. It's just a little blur. So what you gotta do is turn the, let me see if you can see. Okay, you can't see that. Let me shrink this down so you can see what I'm hitting. Oh man, don't want to do that. Yeah, I need to bring this down. Oh, there we go. I just bring that down. So if you take this little slider up here and move it towards the dark, then it turns up the gain. Then you can see what you're looking at there. Now let's look at the 1 minute and 2 minute photo. So 2 minute, you can see it a little better than you crank it up. Anyway, so once I get all these photos in here, I'm just going to click check all. Usually I go through here and see if I've got like one that's all funky, like I bounced the floor. It's going to run kind of slow since it's going over the network. I kind of go through here and see if I got any like real oblong stars. You want to take them out. All right, check all. Now we're just going to go over here to stack check pictures. What it's going to do is go through each photo and give it like a score for the sky darkness, how many stars, how round they are. And then you'll be able to see which ones you don't want to use. So let me just click OK. We'll let that register them and check all the pictures. And while that's doing that, we'll just show you some of the ones I've been working on. Here's the Orion. This is like 1 hour worth of filming. Now, if you had like 20 hours worth of filming, the detail would be insane. And if I go to the picture files, let me just show you all the crap that was flying around. Like every single picture. Here's one with the stars were all messed up, but got an aircraft coming through or two satellites side by side. Now normally I always get sky activity around Orion every time. I mean, here's my main photo. Look at that bright shot there. Another one, like every other picture almost. If it's not the big long satellite streaks, like they're every single picture. Damn near. Pretty soon I'm going to get the little bitty meteors or whatever they are. I don't know what's up with my voice. It looks like I was shooting through some trees here. Yeah, here comes the little ones. So we got two bogeys right there and one up here. And something weird. That's probably, could be a Star Trek. Here, let me go to the next picture. See, now they're shooting down. They always seem to shoot down like that. So I always get sky activity here. But I also was getting it on everything else I filmed. So this is this is 3 hours worth of filming. And this is probably my best shots of this. Let me see what, see if I marked any of the anomalies in here. Didn't really mark them. And it could have been the Rosetta where I was getting a bunch of stuff on there. Oh, that needs to be unclicked. Yeah, like that's a crappy picture. I should have unclicked that one. It's probably me walking around up there or something. All right, maybe it wasn't this one. I know there's some in there. I just want to go through every single one of them. Might be this. It's the Rosetta Nebula. So you got, like, I kind of film each night. You can only film so long before the it goes like behind my trees. There's a aircraft. Sure, we'll get some more. So here, let me crank up the gain here. Yeah, one of these. Yeah, here's a meteor right there, going right through the picture here. I'm going to back it up till I see where it starts. Now this one, yeah, it's flying the same way. So if you look down here, so it starts out right here. Trying to get where you guys can see that. So it goes there, and if I go to the next picture, now it's up here. You know, it's not a plane, that's not a satellite. Satellites streak the whole picture. Now it's here. It's not a balloon. Now it's there. Now it's right over my target. Just keeps on flying. I would see if any more come. Could be some kind of meteor shower. Yep, see, here's a satellite. It goes. Satellites are going so fast they streak the whole picture. And if it's a big satellite, it'll be really bright. Like the ISS, man, it'll be like super bright line. Or the Chinese one, or that new thing, that Blue Horizon, or whatever the heck they put up there. Can't remember the name of it. I mean, they just grid the skies out with these things. That's my dark frames. All right, what else did I film? Now this one here is called the Markarian's chain. Man, there's so many galaxies in this one area of the sky, man. It's just ridiculous. I didn't get very good on it because it was so cloudy. So I'm gonna have to film that a lot more. Let me see if there's anything flying through here that I can pick up real quick. Yep, some of these I mark out. Yeah, this one's got crap flying all around it too. More meteors. You can see it's pretty cloudy, so it's hard to see. Now it's right there. So that was a pretty fast moving meteor right there. See it as clouds. That's why it's kind of yellow looking. I'm just going to see here if I caught anything. I should have wrote down all the weird anomaly stuff. Man, I had a lot that I couldn't use here. Yeah, the sky got too bright, but I caught. So this picture was at 6 o'clock in the morning, exactly at 6 o'clock. So the sun was coming up. It caught that. Let me go up a frame. Now it's right there. So it's flying same way. You can see each minute and 20 seconds just how much the sky changes. Look at that, double satellites. See if I can turn that down where you can see it a little better. There you go. Double satellite coming through. Next picture, another satellite coming through. I mean, the sky activity is insane. This is like Skynet. Next, every other picture, another satellite coming through. So every other picture, like I get 1 minute and 20 seconds without a satellite coming through. Look at that, 2 more. Next picture, another X. Then another one. Every single picture so far but 2. Now 3 haven't had a satellite coming through. Here comes I don't know if that's a meteor or satellite there. See the next picture. And then there's one right there. So out of all the pictures I've showed, only 3 now. 4. We got 5 pictures without a satellite coming through. But that's what this program does, is it takes them out. Because it can figure out it's an anomaly. Well, it's got a weird little... And there's a real little one up to the north of this. I think I've seen it. Something up there? No. Whoa. That's definitely a meteor about to blow up. Look at it cycling through. So it's got real bright right there. And it's real orange, so it's probably iron oxide. So that thing there is getting ready to blow up. So a bunch of stuff flying around in the skies. Seeing if I had any aircraft or anything coming through. I mean, you can definitely see the difference. All right, let's go check, see here. Okay, so it's went through and it's stacked all these. Normally I just go over here and I put the saturation on 20, started at 20. Now the colors they don't perfectly align. I got the green over to the left for some reason. What am I? Just link the sliders. Here, let me pull that up so you can see it. So down here on the bottom, I'm gonna link the sliders. I'm just going to try to move the colors back. Start out about like right in the middle. This is supposed to align the colors. Sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it does. So it's pretty purple looking. You see, we still got a lot of the camera noise in here, but we're definitely starting to pick up some of the color. Let me try to fix that green channel here. This part's the kind of pain in the butt part. Now it looks too green. But at least it's not super red. And then we can come to the luminance and we can kind of darken up the background a little bit. Try to get rid of some of that noise. Let's see if I can get it a little darker or something here. It's not really changing it. Whoa. This part really is not very good for editing or nothing, but there, that darkened up. That's the star Arcturus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Man, that's a bright, super bright star. I got a bunch of little stars around it. So at least now, yeah, we're starting to get a little bit of color. not real good detail yet, but the more I film it, if I film this for like 10 hours, man, it would be insane looking. So that right there is just the frames. Now what I can do is add what's called dark files. Oh man, they're the wrong time. They got to be the same exposure time and stuff. Hold on. Pretty sure I took the right dark frames. Let's see here, darks. Yeah, these will work. So we're going to add dark frames, and that's where you take your lens cap and put it on the camera, and then you take the same exposure, same time photos, and it's supposed to get rid of some of this background noise and hot pixels. You can also have bias frames, and these will help get rid of some of the noise too. It's the same thing, but then you turn your camera on the fastest settings with the lens cap on. And then I'm going to load what's called flat frames. And these, you take the lens cap off, you put like a white t-shirt over it and try to match the bias frames, and it'll like equal out some of this noise in the background. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, because sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. And I think I'm going to unclick the 232nd photos because they won't match the... Where'd they go? Oh, I'm on the... What in the world? Get to my lights. My eyeballs ain't quite working. Usually it puts the flat frames down at the bottom. Okay, lights. I only get one single. Oh yeah, now I want to look for the highest score. So 66, 94. Make sure it isn't a messed up deal here. So I'm going to make that the reference frame unless I find one higher score. Here's a bad score. Yeah, that one I need to uncheck. So this will help you unclick the crappy ones. 63. What's this 2000 one? It might be a bad one. There's a satellite or a meteor coming through. Yeah, that's a bad frame. Unclick that one. There's another bad one, probably. Oh yeah, clouds. Try this one. Oh yeah, it's the 32nd one. Okay, I got that unclicked. Alright, so now this will be our reference frame. And I think I'll crop it a little bit here. I don't want to get that big star in there. All right, we'll see what this looks like now. We'll try to stack them again and see what it looks like. I just leave all this stuff on default. So we're looking at 1 hour and 22 minutes with the light frames, the dark frames. And really, I need like 10, 20 hours of filming this thing. Yeah, I barely. It's been so cloudy. It's been sunny in the day, and then as soon as it gets dark, the clouds come. So, I'm only being able to go up here, film for a couple hours. Usually in the morning it tries to clear out, and then you're battling the fog. Let's go to the wind here. Now, I haven't been able to look down there to see if anybody knows why the power is out over in Washington. How come it's not loading? There we go. So we do got wind coming in. Let's look at the wind power density. Yeah, so we do got some big time wind right there in the mountains. So it's probably the wind knocking the grid down in Washington. We weren't here in the beginning. We got a bunch of power outages going on in Washington. Almost 16,000. You got a couple thousand there in Oregon. Only 32 in Idaho, where the big wind is. 500 Montana, Wyoming, 17. Florida's got 4,000 out. North Dakota 3,800, Indiana 2,800, Oregon 2,100. See where I'm at here. See, I'm battling. We're filming through the clouds, so. But I'm straight up in the sky, so that helps. Yeah, right here, this is what I'm going through right now. So once this one little heavy band goes by, it should be good, but then it'll probably be too light. I mean, look at the wind coming down through British Columbia. That's nuts. So it don't look like super heavy snow. I mean, a little bit. Any of them islands out there, Guam, Hawaii, man, them are like tsunami catchers out there. So it's showing, roughly a couple inches of snow right there. It's probably like super blowing snow. Let's go back over here. Let's put this on Cirrus. See how we're running on our. Alright, so our picture's done here. Now usually I save this before I do anything to it. I'll just write it down as a raw. We're on a. Oh, I don't have nowhere to save it. Here, I'll just save it. Raw Whirlpool. Oh man. Okay, now I'll see if this thing looks any different with the dark frames and stuff. Look, they really moved the green over this time on the balance. So let me try to align the colors. First I'll hit it without the moving the green. Yeah, definitely looking a little better. Try to line that green up. That's looking pretty good. Darken the background up a little. Try moving that to like, I'll try about 8. Still a little bit noisy, so we need a lot of a lot more integration time. So we're definitely starting to get a little more color to it. You can start seeing some of these smaller galaxies pop out a little bit. So now it's just a matter of taking a crap load more pictures and stacking them. Just keep stacking them, keep stacking them. And then you'll have a pretty good photo. Let's see what I've got. See, I could add all these other pictures. It looks like it's going through the clouds pretty bad right now. These probably are all going to be just trash. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, look at that. These aren't going to be any good. We're going through that thick cloud right now. Man, that sucks. Yeah, 518 is 519 right now, so this is the last picture. Yeah, the clouds are getting me right now. I'm trying to scroll back. Hey, thanks out there, Jackie. See, look at the difference when there isn't. I mean, there's probably little clouds right there, but if it's crystal clear, I wouldn't have all that noise, as much as that noise. See if we got anything flying through. Yeah, there's satellite. Actually, quite a few pictures without stuff flying through at this target so far. Looks like my tracking's kind of moving a little. Just flying through here. Oh, what was that? I thought I seen something. Maybe I didn't. Huh. Eyes are playing tricks on me. All right, so not as many of anomalies yet flying through. Pretty soon, though, the planes will start coming, messing them up. Just trying to get back to the last picture. All right. Yeah, we're hitting the clouds now. All right, we'll check in on that. Whoa, how come it's not showing any of the aerosols? Just give this a second to load. I wanted to look, see what kind of stuff it was showing. You got the big liners out there. Look at all them guys out there creating the artificial clouds out here. You can see over Idaho, you got this operation through BC, all through Washington, Oregon, and all of a sudden you got the western side program coming in. Let me make this bigger. This is a little bit small. Let's go to the west. Man, it's a long, fat one right there. Remember, They had the bunker fuel operation here over the last couple of days. Look at that, just over and over. Whoa, look at that. They're really waxing it out here in the Pacific. So they're definitely working on the next system. They're going to be doing some weather whiplash, it looks like. They're going to turn it from summer to winter to summer to winter. Let me put this on the microphysics. See what we pick up. So we got a big bunker fuel ship down to the south. A couple like right off the coast of California. The dark lines are the aircraft trails, these wider lines. All these white lines are the bunker fuel ships. So you can just see all the dark lines. That's all the aircraft. A lot of frequencies coming down. Probably from the northern scatter radar. We also have bunker fuel all over out here. It's real light, but it's out there. So these guys are all the way around this high pressure. Pretty sure that's high pressure unless they've already turned it into the low pressure. We could look real quick. They always seem to work the high pressures and then split it off into a low pressure. See, that's all high pressure out there. You got a couple low pressures there, one there. So yeah, they're trying to split this high pressure system. Look at that, the wind's driving in exactly straight from the west, straight east. Apparently knocking the power out. Or it could be the sun also. Put it on the 3-hour precipitation. Not a lot of precipitation. Hawaii's been getting hit pretty good. Let's look at that energy. For the storms, look, virtually no energy out here at all for a storm to work with. A little bit over here off the east coast. So we're going to have to watch that over the next couple of days. And see what's going on with that. Let's look at the polar vortex winds and stuff. Whoa. So the polar vortex is like a double, triple vortex right now. I mean, look at the temperatures. We are on now. So we got, where the hell's the cold air? So the polar vortex is like blowed apart up here. And there's just a little bit over the Ireland and the UK. You got a heating event over more towards Norway and Greenland, and then kind of a heating event over Canada. Let me take this back a day or two. Something is, could be the sun, like, disintegrated the polar vortex air mass. We keep going back to see when this thing come apart. So we had a big heating event over Canada, which is rare. I haven't seen one there too often. Right over Greenland. That could be from the sun blasting it. Look at that. It blew apart the... Holy crap. Yeah, that sun, that CME that glances, blew apart the polar... That's a heck of a heating event. I don't think I've ever seen one that bright over the North Pole. We just look. Nothing to the south. Usually the south's pretty high. Wow. Look at that, man. It totally So this is kind of a natural compression event. Since it's from the sun, now we see man-made events. All the time looks like the yin and yang symbol. And we're on the 14th, so this was all the way back on the 14th it started. I thought we'd been looking at this, so really heated. Going back here, 13th. Now I'm starting to wonder if it wasn't natural, because this started back. This heating event started back on the 12th. Let me get all the way back. So the heating event started between the 11th and the 12th. We go to the, see what was going on the 11th. So this is when we had the dangerous sunspot. So we had a solar flare and radio blackout. So this did affect the ionosphere. Let's go to the 12th. So we had blackouts over South America. Let's try the 12th. Possible Earth-directed CME. That's one we just got glanced with. So at least for this storm that's going on right now, the sun seemed to have blew apart the polar vortex, cold air mass, and it's way down over Florida. It's just blew completely apart. Can I go forward to see if it's going to reconnect? So this is going to definitely affect the weather here. And I'm not sure how, because I've never seen nothing this big before. So it's slowly going to start regaining over the UK and gathering all that cold air back up. So right around the 24th, it should start coming back together. Anyway, that's pretty, that's crazy. I've never seen it get blown apart like that before. That's insane. Let me check the jet stream here. So we got the jet stream just blowing right into Washington, Oregon. Weird trough that goes all the way down below the Bajas. Anyway, we're definitely going to have to watch that, see what it does to the weather. Let me check my sky here. So I guess I could have just fast forwarded it. Yeah, so I'm right in the clouds. I got 2 layers. By that time, it's going to be too light probably to film. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, it's still pretty bad. These are probably all throwaway pictures. Satellite coming through. Pretty soon I'm going to hook up a web camera up there. I'll get 2 cameras, one filming the telescope and then one filming the telescope filming the sky. Guess I could go to the finished pictures, show them Where we go here? Yeah, stupid clouds. Clouds and satellites. And we'll just take a quick look at our February photos. So here's the photos I got so far. These is only about an hour of integration time. This is the Horsehead Nebula, the Flame Nebula, part of the Orion constellation. A couple of versions of it. Each night I, do that version and some of the moon shots here. Freaky stuff on the moon too. Stuff that don't look like it should belong, like how them mountains get there. And how mountains get inside the craters. Are they even mountains? Are they structures? If I could ever get a clear enough sky, man, I could really put my 3 times Barlow on there and really zoom in. This is definitely my best photo of this trio. I'm starting to get dark clouds. I think this is about 3 or 4 hours of filming. So Rosetta Nebula. Yeah, here's the best photo. It's probably my best photo of the year so far, other than the stars are bloated because it was humid. It's the Trio Galaxy. Filmed that a couple days ago. This is the one with man, there's so many galaxies in this one photo. I really need to film this a lot more. I mean, look at all these things. Insane. Yeah, I think one of these is called the Hamburger Galaxy here. I got a photo of it to show what it is. See if I can find it. Sometimes I gotta know what it is. I think I got it on my phone. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So this one's called the Hamburger Galaxy. I'm starting to pick up that dust trail in it. This is part of the Leo triplet. So one's called the King Hamlin's Ghost, which is... And then one's called the Vanishing Galaxy. Let's see which one this one is. Oh, I can't click on them, not on the program. So that one's got a pretty dark dust cloud too, if I can film it long enough. And that one's got some cool colors. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. So that's these. So they're up there, man. You can film them. You can film them with just a stock camera. A telescope works a lot better though, because you can get up closer. Now I got a reducer in my telescope, which gives me a wider field of view. And I could take that out and get up a little closer, but I'm trying to film more of the sky. Really don't need to zoom in real far on it. I'll find my browser. Let me go ahead and get this on the full and see what kind of stuff we got going here. Yeah, that weird cheeseburger galaxy. Who named that? Man, look at that straight line cloud right there, just straight across for thousands of miles. See if we can. Probably don't have any watches or warnings. Maybe up there, but we'll see. Yeah, there's one little area to film in. Like hardly any astrophotographer in the United States right now can film. There's one little area. Maybe down in South Texas, South Florida. So it looks like we got a lot of watches and warnings. Whoa, look at that. We got blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, winter storm watches, winter weather advisories everywhere. Holy crap. I need to take a screenshot of that. That's a lot of stuff right there. And of course flooding down to the south. So we got all kinds of, we got 4 blizzard warnings going. And look at all the winter weather storm watches. Tons of them. California, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota. So now we know what the bunker fuel ships and the aircraft are doing. And then we have the ionosphere all freaked out. And we got hit with some crazy sun weather that has blew apart the polar vortex winds. So we got all kinds of weird factors coming in. Here's our sun UV radiation, ultraviolet. That's where the sun is right now, man. That sucker's just below the equator. See if we can fast forward this a couple hours. Yeah, look at that. That thing goes a long ways. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh, I'm going backwards. So if I go up 1 hour at a time, yeah, so it'll start getting bright in about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I need to go check. I may just need to go shut my camera off. Just gonna check it here. Yeah, basically taking junk photos right now. Clouds. So to take my first photo when the sky was much darker versus the clouds. Less clouds. Clouds. See, it's blowing out all the detail. Getting the stars, and that's about it. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. If I can, I'll get on tonight. If not, I'll maybe do a early one in the morning again. Sometimes these are a little easier for me. Drink my coffee. and check all this stuff out. What am I looking? Yeah, it's kind of I have to try filming that way sometimes, see if I can get the auroras next time. Anyway, guys, armor on, eyes to the sky. If you got a camera, take that, download that Deep Sky Stacker program. Take like 100 or 200 photos and put it in there and try to stack them up. And you'll be surprised what kind of picture you're going to get. Anyway, guys, armor up, much love, and we will catch you soon. Armor on, man. We're in some crazy times right now. It's just going to get worse. It's the new world order. Anyway, guys, much love. Armor on. Don't go nowhere without it. Hey, Dags. Anyway, guys, much love.